Okay, so what is harissa? Harissa is a North African, specifically Tunisian, like me, chili paste with some North African exotic. What? It's made with chili and some North African spices. It's really good. You should use it. Okay, let's get into it. So today we're going to have a harissa feast, basically. We're going to start with an appetizer, as a quick appetizer if you have a party or a gathering, it would be really good, which is harissa spiced nuts. Preheated the oven to 180 Celsius, that's 300 Fahrenheit. And I'm going to toss these with my magical mix. Half a tablespoon of harissa paste, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, add half a teaspoon of cumin, say about that much. Yeah. Add 1 egg white. Yuppie. Okay. It's okay. We're going to mix it all together. And this will give us like that kick from the harissa, some of the spices that are in the harissa, and the sweetness of the brown sugar. Perfect. The key to all these recipes is a good harissa. So if you have a recipe, you can use that. If you like that recipe, you can use it. If you have a brand that you bought, like a store-bought, that's also fine, as long as you like the flavors. If not, there's a video, I'm going to leave it somewhere here or here, where you can check that. It's an easy recipe, quick, and it's so delicious. Okay? You have your baking sheet with parchment paper, and you just put your spices. And now we're going to put them in our preheated, and we have a package. Okay. Wait. We have kwedi. Okay, so, oh yeah, we're going to put this in our preheated oven. Remember, 300 Fahrenheit, 180 Celsius for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to take them out, mix them, and put them back again. Yeah, 谢谢。
停菜呢，慢
谢
点。
谢。谢谢。
好，再见啊。
拜拜。Okay. So now we're going to mix it a little bit because it's going to be a little bit sticky here from the egg whites. Whoopsie. You see that? We have to mix it, separate them, and then we're gonna put them back. We're gonna put them back for another 5 minutes, and then they will be ready. Okay, so after 5 minutes, you take the nuts out, and then we're going to serve them. Hey, that's for me. So good. A little bit sweet, a little bit taste of cumin. So good.
Spicy?
Not really, because you have brown sugar. This one I only put a little bit of harissa. It's about the other flavors, the spices that are in the harissa. So that is number 1. If you wanted a little bit more spicy, you can add more harissa. Okay, so that's for recipe number 1. To the second recipe, so this recipe is harissa roasted vegetables. We have here some onions, I have some butternut squash, and some sweet potatoes. I chose these because of their sweetness. They all roast, when they roast, they turn out sweeter, so they will work very well with harissa. And the second thing is that they all cook the same time. So these will take about 40 minutes, the 3 of them, so that would be perfect. And make sure you cut them, you slice or dice or whatever you want to do. Make sure you do it the same size so they can cook evenly. So we're going to have, of course, our harissa. For this amount, I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons. Again, you can reduce or add harissa as much as you want, because I'm going to add a little bit more. How spicy you want it, That's all up to you. Another ingredient, it's a Middle Eastern, Mediterranean ingredient, is pomegranate molasses, which is a little bit tart, has a little bit of sweetness, and I think it will complement the harissa very well. So we're gonna add that to the mix. I'm gonna just eyeball it. You can find the recipe on my website. I'll leave the link below in the description below. So we'll mix that, and olive oil, of course. Okay, so you get yourself a baking sheet big enough for all your vegetables, and cover it with parchment paper so you have less things to wash. And I'm just gonna lay them down. So I'm going to add my mixture. Try to mix it as much as possible. I'm going to add a little bit more of olive oil. Roasting vegetables, they need olive oil. Okay, and we're going to salt them, and then I'm going to mix everything. You want to make sure you salt a little bit higher because you want them all to be coated evenly. Okay, some black pepper. That looks good to me. Add some rosemary. So we're going to add about 2 sprigs of rosemary. I'm gonna get in with my hands. If you have a problem with that, you can use something else to mix it, but all the fun is when you mix it by hand. You can always wash your hands, never a problem. Everything very well so they're all coated with the mixture. Come here. Okay, they're all coated nicely. Okay, so I'm gonna wash my hands, and then I'm gonna pop them in the oven for about 40 minutes. 425 Fahrenheit, 220 Celsius. Make sure you check on them about after 30 minutes, so just make sure they don't burn out. And see you when they're done. Bye-bye. Okay, let's check on these vegetables. They're looking good. Yeah. I saved the best recipe for last, and it's going to be baked salmon with harissa, or harissa baked salmon. So I have here some salmon fillet. I'm going to make a marinade, basically. Oh gosh. Okay, so 2 tablespoons of harissa. Oh, that's the last bit of harissa. Yeah, see, we use our harissa here in the house. It wouldn't be called harissa house, right? Then sun-dried tomatoes with olive oil. 2 of these sun-dried tomatoes, Mediterranean flavor. Maya, down. Crazy. I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil from the sun-dried tomatoes. I have some pitted black olives. If you have Kalamata olives, you can use that. It would be really nice. And I have here some black peppercorns that are salted. If you don't have that, you can just use peppercorns and some salt. So juice of half a lemon. Juice of half an orange, sorry. That should be it. So we're going to add this mixture to the salmon. Okay. So I'm gonna drizzle this marinade on top of this salmon fillet. Actually, it smells like a summer in Tunisia. I'm gonna cover the salmon with the marinade. Slice the orange into thin slices. That's really thin. Okay, we're gonna put the orange slices on top of the salmon, and we're going to add, what is this?
What's it called, Maya? What's it called?
Fennel leaves. Okay, And we're going to add fennel leaves on top, like that. Just gonna put that flavor in there. And I'm gonna just cover it, make a packet with this foil. Make it close to the packet. Like that. See? Bake these on 220 Celsius, that's 425 Fahrenheit, for about 10 minutes. These are not thick fillet. If you have thicker, you can leave them longer. So, see you in 10 minutes. Ooh, my goodness. Okay. Ready for the sexy shot. Come here, come here. Come here. Ooh, so good. Look at that. Look at that. See, it doesn't take a long time. Okay, get it. Let's serve this meal, yeah? A little bit of that salmon. Ooh, yeah. You can serve them up with roasted vegetables. Top it with some roasted nuts, see? Fennel leaves for some color. Taste that. Right in my face. Sweet, a little bit spicy, a little bit caramelized from the pomegranate molasses. It's really good. I like the sweetness with the harissa. The butternut squash, actually I didn't peel it, but see, after you roast it, it comes out so easily, so you don't need to do all that work before, but if you have time, you can do it. I don't. And look at that flakiness. Look, just 10 minutes, that's all it needs. Oh yeah, baby. Amazing. I love it. I love it. It reminds me of home. Reminds me of Tunisia. The thing is about harissa, you don't just get spicy. This is what I love about harissa. You get all the other flavors of the spices. You get the garlic, the coriander, you get the cumin, caraway. You get Tunisia on a plate with harissa. That's what you get. This is what I love about harissa. Final thought. If you're ever in doubt, go with harissa. It will never let you down. Okay, that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I really hope you tried these recipes. All of them are good, but my favorite is the salmon. I would love to know what is your favorite recipe from these three. I have a lot of more recipes with harissa, so if you need more recipes or you want to have different ways of using harissa, I can show you. Just let me know in the comments below. And that's it. See you then. Bye bye. Exit, 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 exit.